Tony here with another how-to video, and today it's all about the 2025 Mercedes E-Class. And this video was made possible by the lovely folks at Crown Eurocars. If you need a new Mercedes, if you need any help with service, or if you have any general questions at all, please don't hesitate to come see us. And back to the car in question. This 2025 E350 is pretty special because it has the coveted Superscreen, the package. It has the edge-to-edge display. It's a little better than the Hyperscreen, but we have a modern color. It's Alpine Gray. No night package on this car, but you do have the intelligent lighting system. You have the AMG line front end appearance. No AMG interior though. And we're building more cars like this where you'll see a couple of niceties without being loaded, so these cars can be more accessible to customers who do want the tech without the high payment, of course. Now, time to talk about the car. Let's go. Now, this E-Class is a 25, and this is basically a mid-spec E-Class. This one in particular is an E350. It is a 4-cylinder 2.0 turbo, and this one has Pinnacle trim, and this one also does not have the DA2 driver's assistance package. And so we're looking at about 73 for this particular car. You'll see these in the 70s without the self-driving package. It's only $2,000 option. So if you do get an E-Class and you want it, make sure you get that self-driving package. Now, what we have here is the Superscreen package. Basically, you have a larger display for your main infotainment purposes. You have a driver's selfie camera. No dash cam in this particular build, but I'm sure you can option it later. And you have your passenger display. This one basically lets you play games in the car. You can watch and record videos and do all sorts of stuff in here. Now, we've turned off the Hey Mercedes for this car so it doesn't bug us, but with Hey Mercedes turned off, you can still access your voice control here, and you can still hang up on it, thankfully, right here. Steering wheel is going to be nothing that you guys haven't seen before if you're familiar with Mercedes. You have the full haptic control steering wheel with the touch sensors. The one on the right controls the right side. The goal is just to slide gently, push when you want to make a selection, back takes you out, home brings you to your home page. And your home page can either be this map if you choose to have it in 0 layer, but if you hold home, you can actually go over to classic, slide left and right to see your various apps. It's a really intuitive system with a couple of new quirks for the MBUX 3.0 version. So super easy to use. Now, over here, we have the driver's instrument cluster. This home button on the left-hand side is actually designed so you don't have to take your hand off the wheel to control either your heads-up display, which you can kind of see over here pretty vaguely, or your main driver's display. And this one, pretty easy. They took away a lot of the customizations in previous versions of MBUX just to make it straightforward. You have your full screen nav if you need it. You can slide up and down to zoom in and out. Let's see how far out it goes. Just to the state. You don't go out to the solar system anymore, but you can choose your different destinations there, and hit back twice brings you back to your home. You can see a smaller map too if you need it. Hit home again. You have sport, navigation, classic view. You also have assistance view, which is what I call like Tesla vision. It shows you what your car's sensors see. You also have your service screen. This is where you can adjust your tire pressure, see when your car is due for service, see when you can top off your oil or not. But best part about this is this lets you adjust your heads-up display. You can choose settings for brightness, settings for position as well. And interesting, you make these adjustments on your heads-up display itself. So when you choose the one you want, go to settings, and then they just show you where you can slide up and down right there. Might have to cut this out just to make it make more sense. But yeah, fun thing about the heads-up display is that this will actually save to your seat's memory. So you can kind of hit M1 and then it will save your heads-up display where it needs to be. Now, one major drawback for this type of interface right here is that it's all on one button. So you have M1, 2, and 3, your heated seats and your cooled seats, all sharing the same function. And so if you hit M, sometimes you just end up hitting your heated seat. Got to get used to that if you're a Mercedes owner. Another thing to get used to is the fact that the car has an automatic shutdown feature. And most people I talk to don't like this at all. But if you touch the banner like I just did there, you will turn off that timed shutdown. Basically, it's set to shut down in 10 minutes if you're idling in the car. So just get used to hitting that every 10 minutes. Now, a lot of the basics I've covered in previous videos, so I just want to move on into the tech part. So, time for a deep dive. Let's roll. All right, so we're back and we're talking about the main screen in this car. Now, this is your classic view. You have very simple, the main things you use up front, and then as you slide, you'll see lesser used items, including your apps. Now, this is confusing for me because there's an actual apps tab. This is where you'll see some more apps. You'll see your Mercedes Me settings, but you'll also see your Amazon Music, your music streaming services, some games that you can play as well, your selfie camera, and of course your gallery, where you can actually pull up videos that you've recorded. Look at this guy. And you can see your dash cam videos, and you can also see any videos that you might just have downloaded that you would like to watch. So that's all under gallery, under apps, but confusing. You have other apps outside of apps. You have your browser, you have Disney Plus, you have a devoted section to getting online with your car's 5G hotspot. You also have YouTube, which is an app in most people's phones. I'm really confused as to why it's not with the apps, but oh well. Let's go back to 0 layer. Remember, hold home. You can choose your one of 2 views, and then if you hit home again, I like this view a little better. You can actually reorganize this, and I wonder if they'll let me hold YouTube, because you can move it. You can go to settings, you can close it as well. They're trying to make this more phone-like, but I wonder if I can go over and then drop this in apps. No, it won't let me. This is infuriating from a tech standpoint, but it'll be okay because this doesn't have to be a phone. Now, we're just going to go to settings. Let's see if they let us do anything here. Settings, and it's just your basic settings page. Now, let's get back to that one. So we go home, settings, and then we have the normal assistance for your autonomous vehicle features like active brake assist, blind spot assist. You have vehicle for creature features like easy entry and exit, your digital vehicle key, light settings. Best thing about the lights in this car is the Mercedes spotlight. It will put a little spotlight on pedestrians as they pass at night. It's really great if you live in a place with lots of people just crossing the street at all times, aka Florida. Now, you also have your system settings, and then you have your dedicated app settings. This app settings is actually for all of the third-party apps. It will let you know how much space it takes up in terms of memory, in terms of cookies and such. You can choose your notification preferences, and you can also choose this app's permissions as well. You can't delete it. And something weird to me is that, yes, when you download an app on your phone, it can actually pull your location. and use this for marketing. And in your car, it can too. You have a car that always has your location thanks to the Mercedes-Benz service, but you also have a car with a third-party app, Disney Plus. They also know your location, and they can use this to market other services to you. That's kind of wild. Not only does Disney Plus have your location, which you could always turn this on and off as needed, but whatever apps you have will have your location. Vivaldi, RideView, YouTube. The only bit of faith I have in this is that this is done in a German car. And so hopefully the systems conform to the data safety practices that are implemented in the EU as opposed to the ones that are implemented in the US, because the ones in the EU, well, they take your personal data and your personal privacy just more seriously than companies in the US might. Still, basically, you have Google in your car, you have Disney in your car, and you can have other people in your car. Right. Getting back to the apps, there's actually a store, which for the first time, in addition to Mercedes digital extras, you can download more third-party apps too. So it's pretty neatly set up. You have under your digital extras, digital light, the Mercedes dash cam, best $200 you'll ever spend. But under apps, which actually if you slide down, you'll see some of them. Under apps, you can see Zoom, you can see Angry Birds, you can see meetings. You can also, some of these cars, you can download TikTok on. And I wonder if we're not seeing it right now because of all of the political turmoil in the US. That's another thing. I don't get political here. But you can download these different apps just by hitting install. We're going to do Angry Birds and Zoom. And the process, it does take a while, just so you know. But we're going to come back to a car with freshly downloaded Zoom, and we're going to see how that goes as well. Also, real quick, I want to search. Let's see if they do have it. Because that was one of their biggest pushes when they came out with this car for 24, is that, we have TikTok in the car, but it's not here. We'll have to just kind of come back to it. But I really hope this kind of catches on. We'll see how this looks once it's downloaded in a bit. We'll have to come back here, okay? All right, back in the saddle with the E-Class. We have downloaded Zoom and Angry Birds. Now, Angry Birds should just work. This isn't going to be one of those like services that need online access. So just blindly accept the terms of use and then tell them how old you are. I'm gonna say 34 because I'm not lying. And then of course you can just play it. It's pretty chill. It's pretty responsive too, I must say. This almost feels like I'm back in 2008. You have, of course, your OG, responds, line it up, whatoo, easy. So, it's kind of fun. Of course, you can do it over here as well, but you do have to be logged into a Mercedes account. Now, we're gonna try Disney Plus over here. Oh, they want to log in. We're going to try YouTube Web over here. Now, the good news about when you do activate this car with your Mercedes Me Connect, it does turn on some level of free internet access. So you don't have to necessarily sign up for the data package to use everything. Now, this layout does suck for watching shorts, as it turns out. because it's cropped. But we can have it both here. Now I want to see if we can still have some sort of shorts going on. So we have it here. Now we're going to put the car in drive. Both off. And you know why? It's because there's no one sitting here. That makes sense. We'll maybe try it again with somebody in here. Put it back in park. Angry Birds comes back. But this screen just turns off. So, good to know there. Now, of course, we have the games. We have YouTube Web. It wants your permission for audio access, of course. It's probably going to send your car's location elsewhere as well. You know how this stuff goes. Let's see if we can watch some shorts here. I guess we can. It still is cut out, so it's not like the best layout. Yeah. This isn't really great for this. But the good news is you can sign into it. And I guess you can also watch a SpongeBob compilation. You can only see so much of this. Even though, let's see, volume. Alright. So, that's easy. I guess it still goes on in the background. I'm still in drive now, as you can see. And of course, only available in park. But it doesn't stop here. That's good to know. It stops over here, not over here. Okay, makes sense. Now, of course, you have to sign in to get most out of this, especially if you're a YouTube Plus person. But it's still interesting to see that it works. Now we're going to try something else. We're going to go over to Zoom. I've actually had customers report having issues with this. So, I guess we drive on the left side of the screen. Yeah. Alright. So, of course, you can sign in. Or you can join a meeting. So it looks like it's ready to work already, just ready to rock. This is all without connecting to any sort of data plan. Now, remember, you do have a trial of this data plan, and you can also use your own phone's hotspot to give this car internet. So that's a great benefit there if you do want to use these extra services. Now, you know YouTube Web. Pretty sure you know Zoom and Angry Birds. Let's talk about some more of the unknowns in here. So, you probably have never heard of Ride View, but this is actually a Sony collaboration. So, Sony and maybe Deutsche Telekom or someone else, they have all of the movies that you might not have wanted to see when they were in theaters. You got some Ghostbusters, all the Spider-Man, 2012 the movie, 2025 you can probably imagine this one doesn't hold up too well, and this is only preview mode, so it's really good quality, I gotta say. Get some Roland Emmerich going on. We're not gonna do this whole thing, of course, but let's see. You can probably just watch this with an account. All you have to do to watch Craven the Hunter, for instance, is create your Ride View account. That could be pretty cool, pretty easy. I can see some value in this. Yeah, create an account, sign in, pretty easy. You know this costs money, so don't even ask. You also have Lead Story. Without really knowing what this is, I think it might be news. Yeah, it's news related. So, news. Yep, news. Didn't want to make my day worse, so you get the premise. Lead story, news, ride view, B movies, Disney Plus. You know Disney Plus. You know you got to sign in too to use it. Just know it's going to be responsive here, and they collect your data. Now, Vivaldi, this is like an old smartphone browser. Back from the era of 3G, you would see this on your old flip phones, and it's just a way to get to the internet. Let's see if we can type in something. Let's see, Walmart, let's go to Walmart, why not? This is mostly just to see how long it takes to get to an actual website. And yeah, so it looks like this will work just as long as you are logged in, and you can purchase things and add it to your account, and you can sign in and make purchases. Now, who's doing this while you're driving? That's what I want to know. If you put the car in drive with Walmart on, again, it's only available when you're in park, so you're not going to be driving on the interstate and ordering stuff. This is, I guess, if you're just waiting. If you do maybe a lot of ride share and you wait for people in your 70,000 Mercedes, then, you know, this is maybe for you. A better usage case, I guess, would be if you're dropping off your kids and you want to order stuff. I don't know the logic. I just know that it's there, and people like that it's there. So, you know, kind of cool. That's your Vivaldi browser. Vivaldi browser, can't say the word. Get online. This actually lets you purchase your data plan, or you can use your own hotspot as well. This should only be good for 6 months from what I've read. After that, they'll want some money for you. Of course, that's par for the course. So just keep that one in mind. Now, I do wonder, under the Real Apps tab, we have music streaming services. And this, of course, will work while you're driving. But I wonder if this will work without the data plan. Right now, they do want you to scan this QR code to see if you can link your account. So let's see what we can do here. Gonna do a next video. So of course, you scan the QR code. So good news, this works. Yeah, this works. Who knew? I guess someone knew. Well, you can now have your music without having your phone connected. That's right, there is no phone connected here, but we're linked to my Spotify, so you can hear my terrible drum and bass. So let's see how it comes out. Alright, that's enough of that. Now, we have it here, so you got your Spotify, you can go into it, you can choose what music services you have here in addition to your equalizer. We'll come back to 4D sound and the sound quality later. It is immense in this car. Just know that Bluetooth, no devices, you can set this up and it works once you have your Mercedes Me Connect account active. You can listen to your Spotify, you can go on, get the drum and bass going, and we'll talk about the music part later. Just know it's really cool. Online music works. We also have the other apps working as well. So Apple Music would work, Amazon Music would work. All of this is just because we turned on our Mercedes Connect account and opted into having the service from T-Mobile turned on. Now, you don't have to pay for the mobile hotspot yet. There is a free trial. Just want to reiterate that. But let's move on. In the last video, we connected our Spotify to this system, working with the complimentary trial for the Mercedes data package, which I cannot wait to see when this actually ends. I'm going to find this answer. But I wanted to let you know, underneath this tab right here, where we will see our audio, if we're connected to Spotify and we expand it, we can actually see some playlists. So we have this here, it's in our current playlist. But if we go over to Spotify, We should be able to choose some new playlists. So, fun thing, if you are connected to Spotify, you can now expand it. If you click on this, you'll see the rest of your playlist that you listen to, your jump back in menu, and some new embarrassing releases as well. So, you can connect your Spotify and you can see all the embarrassing stuff listened to on your screen without your car being connected. You can also go Home, Apps, Spotify, then you have a Spotify home icon right there. You can hit this, and then it brings you to a more detailed version of all of the embarrassing music you listen to. And if you have a kid, you're going to be listening to lots of her, I'll tell you that. Let's see. It's pretty quick. Now, let's keep it going. One thing I do have to say is that this does take a pretty long time if you do want to go over to a new playlist. Let's try this one. And you can see from the time I clicked it to now, it should have and would have already been playing if we had our phone connected. But here it is. I guess life isn't too bad if you still have this service, but it's not that quick. I guess that's my one gripe with it. Moving on, I want to talk about some more fun tech in this car. So, one bit that's hard to miss is the ambient lighting. And in the E-Class, if you have the Burmeister sound system, you can go Home, Comfort, Ambient light, and in addition to choosing your multicolor pattern or your single color, you have new options. You have your brightness where you can go 1 through 20 in 4 different zones instead of the 3 because you have some enhancements, but you also have a new option called sound visualization. So if you turn this on, then your light band up front will bounce to your music. And to put that to the test, we're gonna go radio, and well, we can see static. It's doing that. Let's go Sirius. Fun thing, you can also pause Sirius XM streamed radio. We're gonna go Home, click on this. These are radio suggestions. These also appear because of the Pandora Sirius XM takeover. Your satellite radio is now a little more digital, but we're gonna go down to sources, down to Spotify, and let's see if we can get some reggae. So it just goes on. I love this. This isn't a camera effect with LEDs that you normally see. This is done to the music. I wonder how much of this song we can play on YouTube. We're gonna find out. Guys, if I'm muted in here and you can't hear the music or my voice, just let me know. But I think this is a wonderful, wonderful feature. 15-year-old me wanted this in my future car. And now, 34-year-old me has it? Has access to it, I guess. Still, fun thing. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna go on. Moving on to another item in your comfort menu. If you don't have the multi-contour seating package, under seats, you have an option called Seat Kinetics. And I get questions as to what this feature is every now and then. And I tell people this is to make sure that you are alert on the road. What the feature does is it will move your chair in subtle ways, forwards, backwards, up and down, and it does this to keep your body engaged, keep your circulation up, and theoretically keep you more awake in the process. There goes my backrest right there. It's an awesome feature, and I think more cars should have this, but it really has to be explained well. But the good news is it's for the driver and the passenger. You can just turn it on and off, and you can determine which parts of your chair move, either your backrest or the seat surface, and you can choose to have it work for only 16 minutes, 32 minutes, or up to 96 minutes. And again, it's randomized motion of your chair, just to make sure you stay engaged and you don't fall asleep or feel fatigued due to your body sitting in the same position all day. So that's seat kinetics. Moving on to another cool feature. And that cool feature is routines. This is basically Lexus's Climate Concierge applied to all of the features in the car. And you can choose the features that you want, and you can have them come on automatically. So you're automating features in your car. You go to create routine. Easiest way to demonstrate this is with the cooled seats. So you have a condition and you have an action. Condition can be time of day, a location, a vehicle status, or a temperature. Easy one. We'll do temperature. We'll do exterior is above, and we'll go 80. So if it's above 80 degrees, then the action can be comfort, seat ventilation. And now if we go next and we give it a symbol and a name, we have this here. And my seat ventilation just turned on because it's hot. And you'll see it under my routines right there. And you can always edit it and add more routines. And this is just the start of it, guys. You can go templates again, and then you can do something else. Like I said, it can be a daily thing, it can be a location thing, or, which I just learned now, traffic situation. So next time you're in a bridge, you can have the action be maybe the Red Hot Chili Peppers station, if they have one. Go to Spotify, and you can also tell it to bring up your front camera. Just because. You get the point. Pretty cool, right? And I want to take this time to talk about the passenger screen in the new Mercedes Hyperscreen situation. Or should I say Mercedes Superscreen?
I'm listening.
Not you.
How may I help you?
So I want to talk about the passenger display on the Superscreen, and the best way to get the most out of this system is to make sure that you are logged into your Mercedes account. So we're going to go here, and then logged in. Now let's see what we have. So we should have our same apps that we downloaded from the store. We have the store where we can get more apps as well, but this is basically a copy of this screen right here, just minimized. And I guess you won't get in trouble for watching videos here. You have your Disney Plus, you have YouTube Web, Ride View, Vivaldi, same as what you have over here. And one of the main benefits of this screen is that if you go over to media, you of course have this here, but if you go to Bluetooth, you can connect your own accessories. You can have your headphones, you can have your AirPods all connected to this. That way you can listen to the built-in media. You also can go to apps and you can go to gallery, and you'll see the videos that you have here, just in case you wanted to watch something. Right now, I guess I can watch a dash cam video, but this should work with any MP4. Super entertaining, I'm sure. You can also access your camera here, just in case you want to give yourself a bit of a wave. You have Sudoku, various games, your native music streaming services here, and the main thing is that we now have the data package free trial, so you can really get the most out of this without bugging the driver. Otherwise, it's basically the same screen as this. Alright, thank you. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you stayed to the end, you're a real one. I hope this brought value to your day. Please give us a like and a share if it does, or if you know someone who could benefit from this video. And if you need anything Mercedes related, please come and see us at Crown Euro Cars. Take care, guys.